guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super pumped that you guys are here today, and if you are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Jazz, and I'm super excited that you're here joining me today. I just want to give you guys thanks, like always, giving you thanks that you guys are supporting me and living my dream. And if you want to support me even more, and if you're not subscribed yet, then what are you waiting for? Push that little red button down there, subscribe to my YouTube family. This is just a perfect environment for you guys, and push that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I know I'm a little ahead of myself, but I just love your support. I love all this. So anyhow, for this kind of video, I wanted to share with you guys my everyday makeup look. So this is basically what I do every day when I'm going to work, when I'm going to school, and just like nothing too much, nothing too fancy, shamancy, or something extreme. And I also wanted to combine this with like a beginner's tutorial as well, just so I can explain like the steps on why we contour, why we bake, and what everything does to your face, and why do I have to put powder, and like just the right way, and how to contour, and how to apply lipstick, and how to do your eyebrows. Just little bit tips and tricks for beginners that are starting out with makeup and want to do their makeup but they don't know how, or they need some help with their makeup and stuff to that. So I'm just gonna do that with you guys too, because this is also a perfect look for beginners to do, and just perfect tutorial to explain everything as well. So if you guys want an easy look, you guys want to learn how to put on your makeup, you guys want some tips and tricks, then keep on watching. So the first thing I do when I'm going to do my makeup is my eyebrows, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Frame & Set in the shade Deep Brunette. And so I'm going to start by grabbing a little bit on my eyebrow brush, and if it's dry or if it's getting old, I always use a little setting spray because I see it helps me a lot. So I'm going to start out by brushing them out and like just outlining the shape, and I usually start with like dark from the bottom, as you can see, and then with whatever I have left, like with light strokes, I go to the front. And I know it kind of looks really dark right now, but later on you'll see that I brush out my eyebrows, and it's just so I can blend everything out. And yeah, so that's basically how I do my eyebrows. And I'm not the best with my eyebrows, so don't come with me for like advice on anything, because my sister does them better than me, and I don't know, I just like how I do mine. So yeah. So my eyebrows still look super bad, so what I want to do is grab my concealer and just like draw, like, you know, like trace them kind of at the outside. So what this is going to do is just make it look clean and give it like just a little bit sharper edge, and make them look nice and clean and sharp, and just give them a little bit higher definition and make us look a little bit more better our eyebrows, just because they are gonna look kind of messy. So that's all we're doing. And then later on, of course, we're not gonna leave them like that. We're gonna grab a little you can use your fingers, but I'm gonna use a baby sponge and just get all that concealer out and clean up my eyebrows, and then they should look super good. After my eyebrows, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my face. So I'm going to use the Master Prime, the one that we just saw. And I'm just going to like put it all over my face like lotion. And this is just going to help set my face and make my foundation last longer and moisturize my face. And it's just going to like give it like that extra help for our foundations to stay on, and just to give it a little bit of moisture, not to dry out our skin. And so I'm just going to put it all over my face. So after that, I'm going to start with my eyeshadow, and before I start my eyeshadow, I like to use an eye primer just so it can help my eyeshadow be easier to blend and for it to stay longer. But I don't use an eye primer, I mostly use my concealer, because I found out that it is equally the same. And after that, I just spread it out all over my eyelid. And for today's eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my current favorite eyeshadow palette by Tarte. I'm not sure what the name is, but I will have everything listed underneath the description box, so I'm going to find out. So the shade I'm always using is called Crystallize, and I just use one color because we don't need a lot of colors to look super good. So I'm just using Crystallize and putting it all over my eyelid just to give me an extra shimmer to my eye and just make me pop more throughout the day. And I'm just going to spread that throughout all my eye, like I said already. after my eyeshadow, I'm going to start with my foundation. And right now, I'm super loving the foundation by IT Your Skin But Better CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. And I'm using it in the shade Rich. And I'll be using a brush first. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face. And the reason why I'm using the brush first is just so it can give me like an airbrush type of effect, and it seemed to work a lot for me just because I've been getting really good compliments about how my foundation looks on my skin. So yeah, so I really recommend you guys to try it out with the brush, because then it just makes it look like you use an airbrush. And so after I use the brush, I like to go over it with my beauty blender, just because I don't want to also be streaky. So I just kind of like just tap it around, make sure I don't look streaky, and just fix up and blend out more if I missed a few spots. And after that, I'm just gonna go with my concealer, just go underneath my eyes and highlight any part of my face that I want it to stand out. So the reason we conceal is just to hide those big bags that most of us get, especially for me, since I work 2 jobs, a lot of hours in the days, and then I work at night, and sometimes I don't even get enough sleep because I am in summer school. And then I just like to highlight my face just so it can like make me not look as tired. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna go back with my beauty blender and just blend it all out. And after that, I'm just going to start contouring my face, and I'll be using the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. And we're going to be using the one that you can see that I hit pan, the darkest one obviously. And so the trick is with contouring, you want to start off with as much product that you want, because if you started with a lot, it's going to be super hard to blend and to go back looking natural. So I always like to start off light and then always build my way up. And I always like to brush upward instead of up and down, just so it doesn't look streaky, just so it doesn't look messy, because the powder will obviously fly everywhere. So I'm just going to go up, 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 and like just fluff it out. I also like to go on my forehead and just give myself a little bit of a definition and look like a snack basically, and just snatch my face. After that, I'm gonna bake, and I am in love with this Revolution Banana Deep baking powder. It is amazing. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of product and use my beauty blender and just basically go back with the baking powder, sorry, I was thinking about baking soda. We'll go back with the baking powder and just set my under eyes where I put all the concealer. And so what this will do is just give you more like a matte feeling and just highlight your face as well. And I'm gonna put it underneath of my contour so I can just make it look straight, make it look give it definition. And this will just make your makeup last longer, give yourself a little bit of a matte finish. And the problem with baking powder, I used to have the Airspun, as you guys saw, and I have to use very little of that just because it make myself look white. But with this one, since it is like a color for me, it does not make me look white. It's just so perfectly fit, and just picking the right baking powder is super important. So now I'm just gonna go here and put my mascara while I'm baking. I like to leave it on for a couple of seconds, maybe like a minute or 2. So I'll be using the Milk, and I don't think I really have to explain mascara. You just put it on, and this just gives your eyelashes a little bit of volume. Like you can really tell the difference right now. So after I'm done doing my eyelashes and I left my baking powder a little bit on my face, I'm just gonna grab my big fluffy brush and just take it all off. And I like to go all over, like down my neck, all over, like put it on my contour just so it can give it that matte finish and just help me blend out my contour a little bit more, just because sometimes I do not blend my contour out enough, just so it doesn't look like a big mess, and just to give it a little bit more of a clean finish. So after that, I'm going to apply my highlighter, and I'm super in love with this highlighter brush and this highlighter. So my highlighter brush is from Morphe. It's the M5110, and the highlighter I'll be using is also from Morphe, and it's in the shade Spark. And I just really love how this highlighter brush applies my highlight. Like I've been using the fan brushes, but this one, like look, you can like just right now, you guys see this, like this is amazing. In the highlighter, like this just goes really good with my skin tone, and it's just really bright, and I'm just absolutely loving it. And then next we're going to do is my lips. I usually just go with whatever I'm feeling. Like yesterday I wore really dark maroon color. But this is my always go-to, my favorite shade ever. It's from NYX Lingerie and the shade is Seduction. And I don't know, it just goes really good with my like skin tone. It's so natural. And this is what basically I wear every day when I don't have any, like, you know, when I don't feel like extra or whatever. Or sometimes I just wear chapstick. But this is my always go-to lipstick. And it's matte and it's just beautiful. So after all that, we're going to go in with my Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. And I absolutely love this. So once you spray that all over your face, make sure not to open your eyes because it will wet your mascara. And so when you open your eyes, it will go all over your eyeshadow and it's just going to be a complete mess. And after that, you're basically done and you can go out and do whatever you need to do and conquer the world.